Yo, what is going on, my dudes? Welcome to another RuneScape news coverage video. For this video, we're going to be talking about the behind the scenes or the RuneScape year ahead for 2018. There's a lot to cover, so we're going to be talking about in this particular video things that we can expect coming in January. So let's get right into it. Let go. Alright guys, like I said, there is a lot to cover, so I'm going to break this into 3 different videos. For this one, we're going to specifically talk about things in the very near future, that is what's coming this month in January, so let's just get started. First off, on Monday, January 8th, that's the next game update, we're going to be seeing the Stalker Slayer task come into the game. Now, Stalkers are always been in the game from Divination, and we're finally going to get them in the surface world as Slayer tasks. So you're going to be able to kill at level 71 Seekers and 99 Soul Gazers. They're going to be situated underneath Divination, which you can access through Zamorak's base after you have completed Dishonor Among Thieves. So make sure you get that quest done before Monday if you want to get started on these on day of release. They're going to be dropping the Hex Hunter bow, which is currently in Divination. However, it's going to act slightly different and more akin to its previous pre-EOC functionality in the surface world. So it's going to be a tier 80 bow with a damage buff to magic using monsters. It's also going to get a massive accuracy buff to any monsters specifically weak to arrows. That is going to be really interesting. It's not going to be getting that accuracy buff for things like bosses, etc. So it is going to remain a tier 80 for that regard, but anything weak to arrows, it's going to be the best in slot to use the Hex Hunter bow. So high level Slayer creatures that happen to be weak to arrows is going to be really useful in those situations. So it's overall going to be a nice niche bow for many people who can get their hands on this bow. They're also getting, as you would imagine with this, new fletchable arrows that will coincide with the bow, seeing as there is no tier 80 arrows. So yeah, you'll be able to get the components to make those arrows from these creatures, and then you'll be able to use them or make them through your fletching skill. So can't wait for that. Also this month we can expect the Elder Divination outfit. That's the elite skilling outfit for Divination. So all you have to do to get it is train Divination, and you'll be earning fragments at level 70 Divination. At level 80 Divination, however, you can then take these with about 20-ish invention and make those fragments into the outfit pieces. Now every time you craft an outfit piece, you're going to be getting a random piece every time, except you won't be getting any duplicates, so you'll get a random piece of one which you do not already currently own. We've seen this in the game already with the mining, fishing, and thieving outfits, so pretty much identical, follows the same suit and way that it works for those. Speaking of skilling outfits, we're also going to be getting the skill outfit head add-ons through in-game means. These are the ones that turn your skilling outfits into, or at least the headgear, into modified versions of the headgear. I'm talking about the XP boosting ones, not the elite outfits. And if you're interested in getting your hands on these head add-ons, you can just simply get them the same way you would the outfits themselves. However, you can only get them after you've already completed the outfit. So for example, if you want the prayer one, you're going to spend some ecto tokens at the ecto frontis to get that prayer tiara head add-on. Again, just make sure you already own all pieces of the outfit first, and then you'll be able to get it. Next up, we have a ranged update. Now this is a buff to criminal bolts. They're extremely underused, and hopefully this brings light to them. So basically, you're going to be able to add gems and enchant them to have the enchantment effects on the criminal bolts. Now currently they're level 80 bolts with tier 75 damage, so I don't know how that's going to play out with the tier system. I'm not sure if they're going to retain the bolt effects they currently have in game now, that is like ruby bolts, diamond bolts, etc. I don't know if they're going to hold that same effect. We're going to have to wait and see, or if that means that these new criminal enchantment bolts are going to have different effects. Again, we're just gonna have to wait and see. I'm also not sure if they're adding any damage or tier buffs to the bolts when you add the gems to them, like increase their levels or whatever. I don't know. I think it's gonna actually be quite needed if they're only tier 80 with 75 damage. So I imagine they would, because if Jagex wants to make them viable, they're kind of have to be up to par with similar, bolts that we currently use in game. That, or they could make the effects extremely good to find niche uses for these. Maybe you'll actually use a bolt switch for particular parts in the fight, like we did way back in the day with ruby bolts and diamond bolt switches. Next up, we're going to be seeing the return of Hattie's Skull and Fenrir. If you're not familiar with them, they are the 3 wolves that you can find in the Fremenic area. If you kill them, you earn items that will grant you bonus XP in various different skills based on the wolf that you kill. Always a welcome update. It always comes around this time of the year every year, so nothing new here. Also with it, you're going to be seeing the return of Vic the Trader once again, which will allow you to trade in bonus XP for currency in his shop that you can then choose to purchase a whole plethora of different skill related etc. items. So I'm sure you guys are pretty familiar with Vic the Trader, so he'll be making a return this month. Next up, we have the Aura Bag. Now, I've talked about this previously on the channel, so basically it's a new interface that's going to have various different functionality and accessible during combat, and reallocate all the auras no longer as items, but however accessible via this new interface, which is going to really free up banks and allow for changing auras on the fly, hopefully smoothly and seamlessly going forward. And finally, in January, we have the Slithgate's endgame replayability, which is actually a long time coming. The quest came out at the very end of 2016. It's now 2018, so we're finally getting that replayability. I am personally not going to be taking part in this. I really don't care about replaying that quest, but for those of you who really do enjoy it, at least it's there for you. So yeah, guys, that's what you can expect for January 2018. We got a good amount of stuff that we can look forward to, so I'm excited for that. Anyways, that is it for the video. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button. If you're not subscribed yet and you want to stay up to date on all things RuneScape related, then hit that subscribe button. Anyways, I appreciate you guys watching. I am out. Peace.